currently can't fly a minicopter, even after 5,000 hours, so I asked Koala, the best minicopter pilot in Rust, to teach me. He gave me 4 steps to practice to learn how to fly. The steps he gave me helped me go from a constant flaming wreck to even pulling off some tricks in just a handful of hours.
That's it! Yes! Yes! Thank God!
It worked! Before we get to his steps, let's first cover the controls and the mindset you have to have when flying a Mini. W accelerates your rotor. S slows it down. You can also hold control to keep the Mini on the ground and drive it around. A and D turn the minicopter. Moving your mouse tilts the minicopter, so generally when flying around, you'll simply be holding W and moving your mouse to aim your rotor. Your rotor is the main thing to think about, as it will pull you depending on how it's aimed. Generally when flying, you need to consider which direction your momentum is moving in and which direction your rotor is pulling you, and flying effectively is balancing the two. If you practice each of the following steps until you're comfortable with them, you should be a fairly competent flyer by the end of it.
You kind of just learn how the Mini feels. You want to drive towards something, and then practice pulling back and just pausing in front of it. The lighthouse there. Don't get above it though. Let's try to stay even with it. See how you're above it? You're going to come in at a downward momentum. Alright, and now just push forward and try to stay at it's called the angle of attack. It's how like angled you are. You want to be at an angle where you're at the maximum amount of speed but not losing or gaining any altitude. That's it. That's going to be the fastest possible position. There you go. So you lost a little bit of altitude, but that happens. Oh, what's going on there? Okay, now pull. Good, now push forward. Good, so it's just that timing. You gotta, it's that time you're gonna get over time. Yeah, so pull back. There, you're chilling.
Right.
I'm gonna show you how to take off on a hill. Because sometimes, maybe you need to ditch the Mini or someone crashed the Mini and stuck on a hill like this. So automatically, you need to think of what your rotor position is relative to the horizon, not what the surface you're on is. Because if we're going to take the ground as the horizon right now, if I hit W, we'd just go straight up in relativity to the ground that we're on. But we're actually going to move forwards at a very fast rate because the AOA is low right now, right? So as soon as I hit W, I'm pushing my mouse forwards to autocorrect. Yeah, just like that. So lots of guys, they'll get above where they're trying to land and they'll pull back but then hold S like this. But you're actually going to keep your momentum and you're going to usually take damage. Like it's going to be a rougher landing like that, right?
Yeah.
So the key, yeah, lots of people be doing that. Instead of holding S, I'm going to angle down with W and then pull back. Land it like that. Yeah, so it's all about getting those down. That's like your core movement that you need to master if you want to be landing or adjusting to things on the spot, you know? So if I want to go towards this yellow circle, this is the angle. It's not going higher or lower on our screens. I pull back and land.
God, it's so smooth.
Just takes time. This is something that's going to take a while. And you can practice it at different speeds just to get used to it, but being able to move side to side without moving your Mini. So I like to find these like telephone poles. We've got these set up. You kind of fly in between them and just move back and forth. Like, yeah, exactly, like cones. Yeah. Just doing that kind of practice just to get the micro movements.
Okay,
just
that's good.
it.
I like that. These 4 steps helped me a lot, and I'm sure they can help you too. And of course,
practice makes permanent.
At this point, Koala just took me out for some joyriding, and we talked about the minicopter community.
The server got its own kind of culture.
Yeah, I didn't realize
crazy.
There's this whole, subculture of mini life.
Oh, like it's nuts. Like, I'd like to say I've got one of the best communities when it comes to servers on Rust. Just in niceness, like everyone's always down to teach people. It's pretty inclusive. Sometimes we're dickheads, but like it's usually warranted. That's Rust.
I mean,
No one's perfect on
it's
Rust.
a good community in comparison to the rest of Rust, you know, which still means it could be terrible, but
yeah,
it's better than what
exactly.
your normal.
We're all
Rust
terrible people,
yeah.
but everybody else is worse.
exactly.
If you want to practice flying at any level, I'd recommend checking out the KoalaKopters server, and if this video gets enough likes, we'll make another on more advanced techniques and tricks. Otherwise, I hope this has been helpful, and thank you for watching.